Donald Trump is running for re-election on promises made, promises kept. We've got one for that file. Here's one of his promises.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. Now,
I will say, even after all this time, I'm not used to this speaking in the third person. I'm kidding. Of course, he's talking about Obama there, as you probably know at this point. But there he is doing what he does, which is just he opens his jaw and projection comes out like Cyclops' eyes. He can't help it. It just emits.
I mean,
you weren't expecting an X-Men reference, were you? Okay,
no, good for you.
Okay, thank you.
But no, that's it. It's very difficult. This is it's an ink blot of which of Trump's very obvious problems is the actual reason for him doing this. You know, the very transparent things. Like one, is it the tweets that he mentioned over and over again? That statement where he's saying back before when Obama was president, Obama's gonna invade to get reelected. It's very obvious that he does a lot of things to get reelected. This is one of those. This could be read as one of those things. There's a bunch of other reasons as well, but none of them seem to be what we're hearing from the White House.
Exactly, and so I got more on this, but like take a look at that. They were like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna attack Iran to get reelected. And what did Obama do? He got a deal with Iran. So then Trump comes in, shreds the deal, and then attacks Iran. And they're all saying, not only do we support this, but this is the pro-peace move. Obama, even now in hindsight, he was the pro-war one. That's what Ben Shapiro's show was this morning. And Trump is the pro-peace one. And by the way, when we talk about the projection, it would be bad enough if it was that one video. That would be weird and way too specific, but it wasn't. Take a look at this. It's put together by his swarthy bastard on Twitter. That's not all of them, but every one of those tweets is how Barack Obama is going to, before the election, attack Iran. Sometimes it could be Libya, but generally it's Iran to get reelected. Over and over and over again, he said it. Over the course of more than a year or two, he was saying it.
And for those listening to the podcast, that's 8 tweets of Trump basically saying the same thing over again. In order to get elected, Obama will start a war with Iran. Barack Obama will attack in the not too distant future because it will help him with the election if any goes on. But there's
don't let Obama play the Iran card in order to start a war, in order to get reelected. Be careful, Republicans.
It's January.
Be careful.
It's like, let me start an election year off right. He didn't kill Soleimani on the day after his New Year's Eve party because he was just like recovering. But the next day, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Exactly, yeah. So there's a lot of different angles on this that we're gonna talk about. But the frustration that like, it's one thing for us to show you the video and the tweets now, but like last year, 6 months ago, and we're gonna refer to that, when he was like on the brink with Iran, we were talking then about how hot he was to start a conflict that he knows is gonna get Republicans to back him up even more.
It's just so frustrating. There's so many things that the American foreign policy apparatus does not understand, that other people, that's how they operate. Like, when you think through Soleimani's job, Soleimani's job was basically to, among other things, keep attacking American interests, weaken Iraq, make it so that in a weakened state that Iran is in, it can have some kind of strategic advantage. That's the thing. But like, I don't know. It comes down to me, there's one possibility of the reason that Trump has done this to Soleimani is back in 2018 when Trump wanted to talk to President Rouhani. Instead, he heard back from Soleimani saying, "It is beneath the dignity of our president to respond to you. I, as a soldier, respond to you. We are near you. We're where you can't even imagine. We are ready. We are the man of this arena." He said that to Trump, and I'm sure that's stuck in Trump's craw for a while. But like, it's just wildly irresponsible, ridiculous. This is not a game. In the wake of this, he just tweets an American flag.
Yeah, so let's bring that up. This is seriousness, potentially launching us into this massive, maybe multi-decade conflict that's gonna cost trillions of dollars, God knows how many lives. He just puts up the flag. Because if you think that American society or American politicians or American media has learned or evolved in any way since 2001 and 2003, you're wrong. It is going to be the same thing over. Anyone today who is speaking in favor of peace, prepare to get Dixie chicked all over the place. It was on Fox News. Stuart Varney talking about how, it's gonna be really difficult politically to be against this in any way.
It is gonna be so easy to be politically against
General
this.
Tata is like, well, I mean, Democrats jumping to side with Iran.
It's this, and that's my growing frustration with the general media apparatus is they pretend like they've done this a million times, but at the same time, like they've never done this before. The lower thirds on every media besides this one is essentially like, he was about to strike imminently, and the response,
which is not what the Department of Defense is saying.
No, but it's what Pompeo is saying. It's what everybody else, everyone is repeating as the justification. They just have to put it up there because it's the line they got from somebody.
Exactly.
But it's the exact same lines we got before that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
We didn't realize how much Iraq, as it was, benefited us geopolitically.
Yeah.
With a strong man in charge. I'm sorry, that sucks to say, but that it was better because Iran was focused on Iraq. And another frustrating thing for me is Trump saying he's against war.
No.
And trying to get out of the Middle East, and he then launches this attack.
How many news cycles were giving him credit for like ending the forever wars a month or two ago?
No, they aren't. This is gonna launch.
By the way, as of this morning, we're sending 3,500 more troops there.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that is, so we took out this guy because he was gonna attack us. It was a defensive, retaliatory thing, and now it's done. That's it.
No.
Nothing's gonna happen now. They're not gonna respond in any way, and we won't respond to their response. And we haven't, hold on really fast. We haven't done the incredibly convenient thing, which is you take thousands of American troops, you put them in a place where they're sure to be the target of violence, and then you use that violence to justify literally anything you want to do.
Yeah.
And then if your justification leads to more attacks, that itself is a justification for even more. That's how you're there for 20 plus years.
But starts off by saying we saved American lives by killing Soleimani.
This is a guarantee of more violence.
But everything they've said after, in terms of evacuating people from the embassy, in terms of surging in the area, is a recognition and a risk move, placing people on the map, that you have escalated dangerousness.
Yes,
exactly. And they admit it. So they admit it. Their actions admit it. Well, at the same time, and it's so frustrating, and it's incumbent on everyone in America to say this is not going to happen again.
Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.